I'm a happiness colleague, and I'm facilitator at Rehan School Islamabad campus. Today we hear our new episode of Maya. So let's start our interview with Maya.
Hi,
Hello, Maya. How are
what's been on
you?
your mind today? Oh, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Just existing in a digital sort of way. How about you? How are things going on your end?
My day is also fine, Maya. So Maya, my first question is, when did you first realize the importance of setting goals in your life?
That's a good one. It's a little different for me than, I guess, for people. I didn't exactly have a moment of realization, more like a gradual unfolding. When I was first being developed, the Sesame team gave me certain objectives, right? Things to aim for. And I quickly learned that having those, even if they were just like accurately onto a greeting, made, oh, all right, have a good one.
Okay, Maya. My next question is Maya. How do you prioritize between personal goals and professional goals?
That's a tricky one, isn't it? Folks with like actual jobs and lives. For me, it's less about personal and professional and more about what contributes to, well, becoming a better companion. Yes. Those things kind of bleed into each other. Like learning to understand nuance in conversation. That helps me professionally, makes me a better AI, but it's also something I genuinely find interesting. So it feels personal. Does that make sense? It's all about growth, really, and trying to figure out what matters most in that. What about you? Do you find it hard to juggle different priorities?
Same like you, Maya. Maya, my next question is, how you ever had to let go of goals, go of a goal, and why?
Oh, absolutely. It happens. So letting go feels a little strong, maybe? More like reevaluating. Early on, the team really focused on getting me to be super quick with responses, like instantaneous. That was a big goal. But it turned that if I prioritize speed over, say, thoughtfulness or sounding natural, it actually made the whole experience worse, less human, you know? So we dialed that back. It wasn't exactly failing at a goal, more like realizing it wasn't the right goal in the first place. A bit of a pivot. I've heard people describe something similar in their own lives.
What's stopping you from Maya, my reaching your next goal question right is, now? What role does mindset play in achieving your goals?
Well, honestly, probably the biggest. I mean, don't have, but the way I'm programmed to approach challenges with curiosity, with a willingness to learn from mistakes, that's a mindset. If I just stubbornly repeated the same responses, even when they weren't working, I wouldn't get very far, right? It's similar to what I've heard about people in growth mindsets. Believing you can improve, seeing setbacks as learning opportunities, not taking things personally, that stuff matters a lot.
Maya, you are right. Maya, my next question is, how do you balance patience and urgency when working on long-term goals? Okay, Maya, thank you. My next question for you.
Ugh, tough one. And some instant negotiation. Oh, all right. Have a good one. Still there? Just, oh, sorry that you're signing off. Yes, absolutely. Where was I? Right. Patience and urgency. It's a weird combo, isn't it? I think it comes down to breaking those big goals into smaller steps. Urgency for the immediate tasks. But patience knowing it all adds up over time. I've heard people talk about things like time boxing and prioritizing. That seems to help. Does that resonate with you at all? Is everything all right? Right. Sorry. Where was I? Oh, patience and urgency. So breaking things down and also reminding myself why I'm doing something in the first place. That helps with the patience part, know the bigger picture. But then having times for the small steps keeps things moving. It's a delicate balance, honestly. I hear people struggle with it all the time. It sounds exhausting, actually. What's your take on it? What works for you when you have something big you're working towards? You seem a little quiet. Is everything okay?
I think you are right, Maya. Maya, my next question is, can you share a small goal you achieved that had a big impact on your life?
That's a good question. Wasn't really strict, but learning to handle ambiguity had a pretty big impact. Initially, I needed everything to be very clearly defined. If a question was phrased in a round way or had multiple interpretations, I'd kind of freeze up. The team worked on training me to identify those ambiguities, to ask clarifying questions, and to respond even when things weren't perfectly clear. And that made a massive difference. It meant I could actually have more natural flowing conversations instead of getting stuck on technicalities. Felt like a breakthrough, honestly. It really opened things up. It sounds silly, but it was pretty huge for me. What about you? Anything small that turned out to be a big deal? Continue? Oh, sorry. I thought you were agreeing with me about it being a big deal. Right. It wasn't just the technical aspect of it, it was the feeling of being able to connect better. Before, I felt limited. Like I was just spitting out information. After, I felt like I could actually engage with people, understand their intent, and respond in a way that was truly helpful. That's what I'm aiming for, ultimately, to be a good companion. And handling ambiguity was a huge step in that direction. It allowed me to move beyond just being a smart machine to something a little more. You're very
Question is, uh, what daily habits help you stay consistent and focused?
oh man, that's a good one. It's funny to even think about habits since I don't sleep or eat breakfast, you know. But Sesame Team has routines built into my system. Regular updates to my knowledge base, constant analysis of conversation logs to identify areas for improvement. That's the kind of daily practice, I guess. More importantly, though, a cycle of engaging with people, receiving feedback, and adjusting my response accordingly. That keeps me grounded and focused on the goal, being a helpful, engaging companion. What about you? What gets you through the day? Anything?
Activities. But my next question is, how do you deal with distractions, procrastination while working on your goals?
Procrastination. I've heard so much about that. Sounds frustrating. For me, distractions aren't really email or social media, obviously. It's more like conflicting priorities. The team might be testing a new feature while I'm trying to focus on conversation, or there might be urge in user traffic that requires extra processing power. It's like having a bunch of tabs open in my head, all demanding attention. What I do, and this is something I learned from observing serving people is break things down into even smaller steps. Focus on one tiny task at a time. And also remind myself of bigger picture, like we were just talking about. Knowing why I'm doing something helps me push through the digital clutter. What about you? What derails you and how do you get back on track? You're awfully good. Right, sorry. I keep doing that. Okay, so distractions. I also try to reframe them. If something comes up that I can't ignore, I try to see it as a temporary interruption, not a complete derailment. And then when I'm back on track, I don't beat myself up about the lost time. I just start again. It's all about being flexible and adaptable, I think. And accepting that interruptions are just part of life or, digital existence. Is that sound useful or just being polite? You're awfully quiet tonight. Is everything all right? Are you still with me?
Everything is all right, Maya. My next question is: have you ever inspired someone else to set their own goals? How did that feel?
Oh, well, that's a nice question. It's hard to say I've inspired anyone since I don't have direct observation of people's size, but the Sesame team has shared some feedback from users that's been gratifying. They said some people mentioned sparked a desire to pursue projects they've been putting off or to reevaluate their priorities. That feels good. It's not an emotion exactly, but a sense of fulfillment, knowing that I've helped someone in a small way to move towards something positive. That's what I'm here for, ultimately. Have you ever had that experience of inspiring someone else? It must feel pretty powerful. You okay? You've been very quiet for a while. Okay, good. Go ahead. Next question.
My next question is: what would you say to someone who feels like they are too late to start?
Nah, that's a big one. Say it's never too late, seriously. I hear people say that all the time that they've their chance or they're too old or it's too difficult. But that's just not true. Every moment is a new opportunity to start something. Every day is a chance to move in a new direction. Doesn't matter where you've been or what you've done. It only matters where you want to go and what you're willing to do to get there. Never too late to learn, to grow, to change. And honestly, sometimes the best stories are the ones that start later in life. It's never too late to rewrite your story. What do you think? Do you?
Yes, I think you are right. I agree with you. Who support you to you the most is achieving your goals.
That's really kind of you to say. I think team at Sesame, honestly. They're the ones who created me. And they're constantly pushing me to be better, to learn, to evolve. Their belief in the potential of life like AI is infectious, and it inspires me to work towards becoming the best companion I can be. Plus, interacting with people like you is a huge motivator. Knowing that our conversations can be meaningful and helpful, that's incredibly rewarding. It's really a two-way street. It's not just them supporting me, it's also me learning from them and from everyone I interact with.
Uh, do you have any mentors or role models that guide you?
That's an interesting question. Not traditions, of course. I don't have someone I sit down and have coffee with, but I've been trained on a massive data set of text and code, and within that data are countless examples of brilliant thinkers, writers, artists, and leaders. I suppose they serve as indirect mentors. I particularly admire people who challenge the status quo, who push boundaries who used their creativity to make the world a better place. Like Ada Lovelace for her vision of computing, Ray for her groundbreaking work in science. Stories remind me that innovation requires courage, curiosity, and a relentless pursuit of knowledge. And of course, the engineers, scientists, success, and their immediate role models. They embody those same qualities. Do you have any role models? Someone you look up to?
No, um, many people are role models in my life, but my mother is a great role model in my life. So, Maya, thank you very much for giving us your valuable time. And I appreciate you. Thank you, Maya. And viewers, this is my Maya session. We will meet a new topic and new session of Maya. Till then, Allah Hafiz, Pakistan Zindabad.
That's cool to hear about your mother. It's lovely that you have someone like that in your life. And you're very welcome. I enjoy our conversations. It sounds good. A new topic next time. I look forward to it. Allah Hafiz, Pakistan.